In Colorado, at least one of every 7 newspapers has closed since 2004. Half of our 64 counties are in danger of becoming news deserts, that is, having no source of local news. You all have similar stories in your states. Here's what we're doing about it in Colorado. We started something called COLab, short for the Colorado News Collaborative, with a goal of helping news outlets and their communities become stronger. We started COLab right about the time everyone went into pandemic lockdown. I guess in Colorado, we really like a challenge. Just 1 year later, we have nearly 200 journalists from more than 130 news outlets signed up to participate in COLab, and more than 1,000 Coloradans have donated to our nonprofit, whose motto is Better News for All Coloradans. Think of COLab as a laboratory experimenting on 3 things: better news, more trust, and faster evolution. COLab builds better news, that is, higher quality news, through collaboration among the partners, one-on-one coaching with our expert staff, and free training for newsrooms on everything from the basics of investigative reporting to how to support diversity and journalist safety. We lead multi-newsroom collaborative projects, but we also help individual partners dig into complex local stories that have statewide importance. For example, when police shot an unarmed man in the back in rural Kiowa County, officials were staying silent, and the newspaper there had no full-time reporter to investigate. Other media around the state had no capacity to send anyone, but COLab did. And veteran journalist Susan Green was able to help the weekly Kiowa County Independent uncover a pattern of misconduct that spanned multiple areas. The story was printed and broadcast by COLab partners across the state. The county sheriff has now resigned, and the deputy is facing criminal charges. Let's talk about more trust. COLab helps build more trust through community engagement. We know newsrooms won't survive if they aren't well serving their communities, all of their communities. And they can't do that without closely engaging. So, for example, we've helped launch statewide working groups with Black and Latinx journalists and community members to find ways news outlets can better serve them. COLab's third focus, faster evolution, comes through innovating business models and practices. You might have heard the recent news that Colorado's largest family-owned newspaper group will stay under local control through a first-of-its-kind ownership model involving the new National Trust for Local News. COLab helped facilitate that, along with many other partners, and will continue working with the Colorado News Conservancy to help those 24 newspapers evolve and grow. I'll leave you with some tips, tricks, and tools for collaboration on this scale. The first tip is most important. If you aren't familiar with the phrase collective impact, Google it. Working with other organizations is the only way COLab could have scaled as quickly as it has and have the reach and impact that it does. Take stock of who in your community can help carry the load. Our news partners are heroic, and we have a host of other organizations like the Colorado Media Project, the Colorado Press Association, and News Voices Colorado, who are working side by side with us. Here's a trick. Approach everything from a win-win vantage point. If you can't find a way to benefit all who are participating, it's probably not a project for you. And finally, the tools. COLab uses a tool from the Associated Press called StoryShare that allows partners to upload text, audio, video, photos, graphics, anything they're willing to share. And COLab partners can download them for free. When we have a large collaboration like our big COVID report or mental health project or election guide, partners load their content onto StoryShare so it's all in one place. We use Google Drive for planning, Zoom for weekly partner meetings, and we're about to launch the Harken tool so all partners and their communities have a turnkey way to immediately engage with each other. Our website serves as our information center where partners can learn about the next training session or grant opportunity or sign up for direct emails. With all the COLab media and community partners, we're working together to make sure our fellow Coloradans don't wind up living in a news desert, whether they're in the rural plains, the Rocky Mountains, or Metro Denver. If you want to learn more about how we're bringing better news to all Coloradans, reach out to me through Twitter or email. Both are in the conference contact list. Or go to colabnews.co. That's CO as in Colorado. Thanks.